Hello again, everybody. Jumping right back into the middle of a fight over here with an armored troll. But more importantly, we have a special guest once again. The one, the only Mara.
Hello again, everyone. Now, what kind of predicament have you gotten yourself into since I've been gone?
Well, basically, I thought this is the one quest in all of Skyrim where you don't have to fight anybody. And I was wrong, because halfway through my conversation trying to get some lore out of Serana, a bunch of Dawnguard broke in with their stupid armored troll and started fighting us.
Rude.
Yes. So armored trolls you can get if you join the Dawnguard, actually. Not for any particularly good reason, they just have a person who sells trolls. Despite the name and the armored appearance, they don't actually have any kind of armor. That's just wise, they just have ordinary troll HP and defenses. That is to say, no armor at all. So, don't know why they came up with that idea and they just failed to implement it, but they did. So that's over with. Alright, let's get back to that conversation.
Do you need something? Not much. If you read any history, it shows up from time to time, but
I think it's been in every single Elder Scrolls game except for
Oblivion. As far as I
Oblivion.
know, though, it's never been held by a vampire.
Except for possibly every single previous Elder Scrolls character. Actually, I guess not in the very first game, Arena. I don't think there were vampires in that one. There's no good answer to what it has to do with the sun. A lot of what it says here is wrong. This sentence is right.
The way I've heard it, the sun represents the connection.
But that part is wrong. The sun is the hole that Magnus left leaving the world. He did not join up with the other gods.
From the sun itself, which
There's no real connection there. Just that's how it always has been in the lore for whatever sloppy reason.
And that part, I don't know. Once we have it, hopefully it'll be obvious.
Yeah, hopefully the connection between this ancient artifact of the gods and this also ancient, totally separate prophecy will just be obvious once we have the book. Because otherwise, all we've done is make it easy to obtain for Harkon.
Yeah, I see the tactical error here.
Alright, I'll meet you at Darkfall.
He doesn't have any kind of knowledge of where to find it. He has no way to get the knowledge. Only we have any idea where it is. All we need to do now is just sit tight and not get it, and he's helpless forever and ever and ever. And he doesn't even know that we're betraying him. We can just be like, oh yeah, haven't figured out where it is yet. But whatever, we have to be idiots in this quest line. So, I'm going to put on my boots to spare my poor feet.
Have you been barefoot this whole time?
When I was in the hot springs, yes.
Well, I suppose they are hot springs.
Now, out we go. So, fairly small agenda for this time. I want to get to Windhelm, to talk to Ulfric for the peace treaty, and I want to stop at a place or two along the way. Shouldn't take too long, but we'll see how things go in Skyrim. Should probably get my stamina back to over rocket. It's gonna be daylight. It's gonna be terrible for a vampire walking around. That loading screen there with all the Dragon Priest masks is a rare clue about one of Skyrim's deeper secrets, although it's now quite famous. So, could it become Imperial there? Basically, if you get all 8 Dragon Priest masks taken to that one little shrine that was shown in that loading screen, then you can unlock a secret extra mask, which is not actually useful for any purpose, but it's cool. And might have been secret if not for things like that. Because that little shrine building is very hard to find in Labyrinth unless you already know that it's there. It doesn't relate to any of the particular quests in Labyrinthian, it's not necessarily on the main path to any of the quest dungeons. I definitely enjoy the inclusion of little things like that. Even if you do know about it, you'll never find all 8 Dragon Priests without a guide. You have to go into every dungeon in Skyrim to do that. So it's okay that the mask doesn't do anything important, because if it did, nobody would actually have access to it anyway. So, I'm going to cross this river.
Excellent jump with your 10-pound boots.
Surprised I don't make a clanking sound. So I think I just need to head north-ish to hit the road. What is that over there? Is it a wolf or a deer? No, it's a bear. Okay. Tell when it reared up. I thought I killed these bandits. Well, maybe we'll just skirt around and climb up the rock this way. I think this is a little cabin called Pine Watch or something like that. It's actually a pretty cool place. It's a little mini dungeon because it looks like an ordinary house, and you go in, and then if you explore down, you can find a trap door down to the basement where there's a whole bandit dungeon. Kind of cool place.
I do enjoy that particular dungeon.
It's often one of the first ones that a new player might discover because the entrance from Helgen is right around here. So if you head south instead of heading north, you come across that place. And it's a pretty good dungeon if it's one of your introductions to the game. It's not too challenging, it's fun and interesting. They really did a good amount of game design, I think, of the dungeons around the starting area to make them all be good beginner experiences in different ways. Bleak Falls Barrow, of course, is a fantastic introduction to like many of the more sophisticated dungeon elements like traps and whatnot that you'll need to be aware of for the rest of the game. I think this is like the hunter-fisher guy. And around here somewhere... Are you... A courier gonna fight a troll. Well...
If you pull out a sweet roll, you can get dinner and a show.
He's trying to end his little Let's Play that ends in permadeath. Now he's running away now that he has a helper? What? Who's the other hostile person? It's not him, is it?
You didn't accidentally get it, did you?
I don't think so. I think it's gonna die. Not yes. Hello.
Important deliveries to make. No time for chat.
But time to fight a troll.
Maybe it's just like a wolf over there. I think we can leave that thing alone. Okay. Time to fight like the slowest, most like tedious to kill monster in all of Skyrim. A guy that'll regenerate faster than you can damage it. Where is the main road from here? I'll just cut across country. Somewhere around here, there's a little Talos shrine, actually. If I can find that, I can renew my Talos blessing. Although I'll have an opportunity to do that along the way anyway. But it has some, like, random magical gear, as I recall. So if you're a beginner player, it's a good place to hit up. I really do forget exactly where it is. I just know it's somewhere in this region.
Your skin's as pale as the snow. You scared of sunlight or something?
Quiet, you. Back to the Guardian Stones, familiar little landmark. I don't think that like the Eider Cheese and Riverwood has had time to respawn, but I'll give it a check while I'm going through. And as always, I hit up the merchants to see if they have any lighter fire resistance boots. You can hear the clanking when I sprint. But that 50% fire resistance is pretty darn sweet, especially for a vampire character.
Does it cancel out the vampire factor? I don't remember what the specific percentages are.
Good question. So actually it depends on your vampire status level and whether you're playing Dawnguard or not. In Dawnguard, you start off, I believe, at 25% weakness to fire. And as your, 20% weakness to fire. And as your vampirism stage grows, it increases up to 50%. And you get the opposite effect with your resistance to frost. If you don't have Dawnguard, I think it's like 25%, 50%, 75%, 100%. So much more substantial for both the resistance and the weakness. Oh, I have to take off Morokai. I'm gonna assume that Courier just like didn't ask too many questions to the guy saving him from the troll.
The heat of the moment, he probably forgot.
What's the magic? Broadcast the magic someplace.
The other thing though is that the resistances and the weaknesses are percent based and they're independent of each other. So if you have like say 100% weakness to fire and 50% resistance, that'll cancel out exactly. But with like a 25% or 30% or so resistance, the weakness to fire like I have now, and 50% resistance, I'm more resistant than like a standard human would be. So it more than cancels it out.
Take a look.
Good.
Duration, stamina, alchemy, nothing useful. Do I have anything I can sell? I guess somebody shot that arrow into me.
You don't actually get them in your inventory if that happens, do you?
You do.
So,
sometimes,
wow.
not 100%, but sometimes. Just like how you shoot somebody, you don't always get the arrow back, but sometimes you do.
Yeah. I don't know how I've never noticed that before.
I've noticed it most when I acquire rare arrows that I didn't have before.
Yeah.
I have a whole collection of boots. Shoe closet over here. I myself always try to keep very few pairs of shoes.
So much to us to
Got
have
like a
the
pair
claw
of
back where it
hiking
belongs.
boots, a pair of regular shoes, a pair of dress shoes, and I am more than content with that many.
No flip-flops?
No flip-flops.
I've got one more pair of shoes than you do.
To be sure.
I'll concede that the flip-flop is like a useful additional type of shoe to have, so...
If you just want to run out to the car real quick, don't want to put on your tennis shoes.
Or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over.
I thought I was friends with this innkeeper. Well... I'm the kind of friend who like, comes into your inn and steals all your cheese.
We got rooms and food. Drink, too. I cook. I'm just the cook, lad. Drink for the thirsty.
He's no longer just the
for
cook. They
hungry.
failed to update that line. He is now the innkeeper. So, lazy.
Were you friends with him or her?
I thought I was friends with both, but I guess I was wrong.
He never approved of you.
Well, I don't approve of him. He has like a mullet type haircut.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Please do.
Distracted?
Ah, yes, my room. Yes, very nice. I've been right
Let me
behind
know
you the
if there's
entire
anything
time.
else you need.
I think it's second thought I won't use the room.
No?
It was just all just a ploy, of course. So, Healthy rested not that long ago.
I guess it is still the middle of the day.
Other than that, he's a vampire. His hours are a bit odd. He's very unhappy with traveling in the sun like this. The room is tempting. Is that like a Reese? No, it's an outfit. Well, I know this stretch of wood is like very safe, except for like one wolf that might have respawned and a possible random encounter spot. So, good place to just save some time to sprint. Shame I get no restoration experience for that. Okay, fine. Little fox shall listen to Machiavelli.
About which part?
Never mind, it's not a fox, it's a rabbit. I'll save that quote for later.
Oh.
Aerial business. Be on your way.
So... this is my random encounter. Well, from here in that case, I know the road is 100% safe, so I'll just skip in there. Armored battle trolls. They almost never bring them with them, except I guess on that kind of story encounter. I don't know if I've ever seen them in the random ones. Can you guys shut up already?
Got some good pieces up. Blades, helmets,
Alright.
pretty much anything to suit
Do
your...
you have any fire boots? No? Nothing to suit my needs then. Okay, we're done here.
Don't forget to check.
I'll do that.
If you need anything.
You know, of all the magic to watch, Detect Life is one to do.
Welcome to war. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Is this frost boots of any? Yeah, not good enough. I have my super light boots of like resist fire, and have my better,
Doing
heavier
business
boots.
with you.
All this time and you finally get 2 pairs?
2 pairs at the exact same moment. Yep, and now they're quite what I was looking for. One is like a bad-ish resistance level, but it's light, and the other one's super heavy, but a good resistance level. But like, after however long without any boots at all that were magic resistant to anything useful, I'm very happy to have those.
That's the important part.
Everything. Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Destruction. It's just selling apprentice robes. You level so slowly in this game as a mage. Especially if you use like the lower level spells like I do, which are the most efficient and best ones. So. Yeah, a new pair of fine clothes. I'm not trying to make money anymore, I'm just get that out of my inventory. And scaled, silver. That's useful. Potentially very useful. Destruction, useful. Yeah, these are all usable potions. Okay. Books. Dragon Guard. Brief history. Still waiting to get number 4 before I read that. Done. Wow, glad to get rid of that. That was weighing me down. Don't think there's any special use for that. If there is, maybe I can check back. Yeah, whatever. Take a loss in that sapphire.
He has the creepiest voice when he says that.
Yeah, he's supposed to be kind of a creep. That's why like the guards call him like a sleazy little man and so forth. Did a good job with that voice. It's a problem that he shares it with like 12 other people in Skyrim though.
Yeah.
I feel like even just having like a few random people come in as voice actors might be preferable to having everybody sound sound the same.
Don't like those eyes you got. There's a bad hunger.
Sure thing. It's
But if
yours
I have
for a
money,
day.
it's all good.
I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Wouldn't an innkeeper like a person who has hungry-looking eyes? Blast. Does this Eider cheese never respawn? Well, maybe I was here more recently. Elsewhere fondue. Oh, I have the exact right amount.
Nice.
Very, very nice. Alright, good.
Let me know if
I've got
there's
like
anything
almost
else
30 of that now, but I always do worry about running out.
Better safe than sorry.
Yes. Are you gonna clear out of my... Okay. What? You! I think the AI just targets random chairs, even though this one's like through somebody's room. So,
Yeah.
I guess I'll eat here in awkward silence with this person.
It's like some kind of odd cliche. You walk into the room and there's somebody there waiting.
Can't steal the spoiled cream treat thing there.
Oh, there once
Good.
was a hero named
Keep
Ragnar
walking.
the Red who came riding to Whiterun from old Rorikstead.
I could just shut him off
And
this
the
balcony.
braggart did strive to brandish his blade.
Whatever. Kelty's a little bit tired. And he wants to get out of the sun and just wait.
You can always steal the treat tonight.
Yes, but he'll still be there, I think.
Just watching you sleep.
Multiple
Yep.
battles in
Well, I
Gold
guess he's out on the
Yet
balcony.
Yep. Time doesn't actually pass while you use the command whose sole purpose is to pass time. Kind of a silly oversight. Okay, so drink that. I think I'm running low on low quality mead, but that's okay. I have mine to eat high on the hog anyway. That'll do.
Oh,
I think I'm like a Sage 2 vampire. I'm not sure. So probably a vampire seduction ability. Not now, then soon. I'll replenish my Chalice Blessing. Oh, I guess I can do that in Windhelm, but I just do it every time I'm nearby in case I forget. I won't even bother checking with the alleged best blacksmith in Skyrim because he sucks and his inventory is garbage. When you're highly ranking the companions, which will of course take you to quite late in the game because warriors level up so fast, you'll unlock a new category of garbage for him to sell, which will be vastly inferior to anything you just find in the random dungeon by that point. Several new terrible categories of stuff you can sell, actually, all of it garbage. Because they were determined to make the warrior questline absolutely worthless to warriors. The only good items you get out of it are like the random silver swords that are not even used by your own faction. And there's this one pretty good shield. It's like the third best shield in the game that isn't pointed out anywhere but is available in like the final dungeon of that questline. Pretty good shield.
Do you remember what it's called?
Yes, the Shield of Ysgramor.
Oh yeah.
It has like 20% magic resistance and like some bonus health, which are both good effects to have in a shield. Especially the magic resistance.
Uh-huh.
Being able to get like a shield's magic resistance bonus is one of the main perks of being a warrior character. Just having the extra spell slot is... Sorry, not that spell slot, that extra inventory slot is very useful for just stacking up that magic resistance, which is such a valuable stat. Okay, so I'm heading more or less due north here. I think it's a place called Vollengrud, if I don't misremember. It's a pretty cool dungeon, actually. As I recall, it has like a semi-unique boss. It's got, who's fighting what over there? Oh, Saber Cat. I don't like it running away from me, because it can come back later. There we go. I don't like it running at me either, but, you know, it's better than having its position be unknown. No, that's not good. But it is pretty squishy. I can probably just bring it down. I am delighted.
Now you love the saber cat, right?
Thank you, Saber Cat.
Aren't cats wonderful?
Yeah, the wolf would have done it better. Because now, at long last, I can get level 2 augmented flames and max out my damage. And I think I'll do Frost 2 while I'm at it, just to be versatile. For when I'm fighting those fire dragons and whatever. So, that is it for increasing destruction damage, basically. I have heard that Dragonborn added, like, a single unique mask that boosts your fire damage a little bit. But, like, there's no other way to do it. So it's all down here, hill from here for a mage, basically, in terms of damage compared to the enemy hit points. Whereas warriors keep scaling up and up and up, especially if they have smithing. Magic is like, extremely effective for direct damage through the middle game, early to middle, but it does kind of fall down compared to being a warrior toward the end. You can, of course, have tremendous versatility from it, endless stun locks and all kinds of great things, but just for raw damage, you will eventually fall behind a warrior pretty hard. But that's okay. This is not a game about raw damage when you're playing Legendary. It's more about tactics and using the situation and dividing and conquering the enemy, which is much more interesting.
Indeed.
So what I'm saying is Volunteer is a pretty interesting little dungeon. Not like amazing, but pretty solid. It's got like 2 different wings to it, I think, and a unique boss, and a monitor that useful shout you unlock a thing. I think it's another word of Aura Whisper, so that's always a good shout. But I probably won't be doing the dungeon now, because there's no reason that Hjalti would once he gets there and sees what's going on. And it's probably better saved for another time anyway. We've got a banana bread to take care of for one thing.
One that smells very good already.
Mm-hmm. So, unassuming little ruin. 2 chests, though. That sword is bigger, of course, than the box, but whatever.
It's bigger on the inside.
So, well, a dead person and a skeleton, that's probably going to come to life. No, not anymore. So, here's the quest for the dungeon. I'll read this now, but I won't actually do it. I was skeptical, but it's obvious now. The old hymns had truth to them. The relief wasn't far from the entrance, just as they said. No doubt now that it hides the entrance to Kvenel's tomb. The Chukis must be hidden somewhere nearby. Ceremonial replicas of Oaken and Eduj, favored weapons when Kvenel went into battle. I don't dare explore further without hiring bodyguards to accompany me, however. To think, the tongue chieftain Kvenel could be entombed behind just a few feet of stone. The ancestor we scarcely believed was real. Twice down for planning this foolish scouting trip. Should have hired those sellswords in the first place. Perhaps there's no need. This place is just a tomb, after all. There are no obvious signs of habitation. It isn't as though the 1,000-year dead will mind to have a look around. What world are you from? All skeletons in this entire universe walk and attack people. Like, it's not like a secret, rare thing. Undead are everywhere. It doesn't make any sense. It like breaks character and makes the whole universe make no sense when people in this game say things like that. They live in like a high magic, high fantasy setting where there's constant fights with undead. So this is the bottom of a pit trap up above. Anyway, Kvenel is the boss. He does indeed fight with 2 weapons. Tongues are the Nord masters of shouting, so as you'd expect, he's a master of shouting. So, pretty cool.
By the almighty divines, you've come. You've actually come. This dreadful black sacrament thing. It worked.
Well, you seem like a pansy. Maybe I can intimidate him a little bit. See, his 1 bodyguard there.
Oh, I know. But I'm so glad you're here. Please, allow me to state my business.
The Montiers have
Surely
an
your time
important
is
family in
valuable as
several
my
Elder
own.
Scrolls
Would
games.
like to arrange
He
a
just started
contract.
talking over himself.
Several,
That's some
actually.
sloppy voice acting.
I dare say the most important work your organization has had in, well, centuries. As I said, I want you to kill several people. You'll find the targets as well as their manners of elimination.
I should hope so. Everything up to now has been very generic, unlike
I'm
Oblivion.
sure someone of your disposition will probably even find it enjoyable. But you should know that these killings are but a means to an end, for they pave the way to the most important target. The real reason I'm speaking with a cutthroat in the bowels of this detestable crypt, for I seek the assassination of the Emperor.
Dun dun dun. They probably should have saved that for later. Yeah, build up to it a little bit more. Well, Hjalti wouldn't say this. He's thinking this because it's so dumb on so many levels. Like, it's not good for the Dark Brotherhood, and can't really be good for anybody sensible. I think he's curious at what this guy is wanting here, actually. So he will say this. He'll pretend to be a dope just to get some information.
That is correct. What I ask is no small thing, of course. But you represent the Dark Brotherhood. This is what you do, No?
Not really.
You
There's this
must
one time an
understand.
emperor got killed by like
so much has
the
led to this day. So much planning
Morag
and
Tong.
maneuvering. Now,
But like
it's as
that
if the very
destroyed the Morag
stars have
Tong for like a
finally
generation.
aligned.
So
But I digress. Here, take these. They need to be delivered to your superior.
the Dark Brotherhood has mostly sensibly stayed
Breakfast?
away from the Emperor.
The items.
Was that supposed to be him handing over the items? Okay. Probably wasn't meant to be that sloppy.
Here.
The sealed letter will explain everything that needs to be done. The amulet is quite valuable. You can use it to pay for any and all expenses. Is there something else you need?
I'll start off professional.
Oh, my furtive friend. When Emperor Titus Mede II lies dead, there will be gold, a fortune in gold, but so much more. It is said that the Dark Brotherhood in recent years has been in decline, that you lack the power, wealth, and respect of days past. Is it not so? If you do this, if you kill the Emperor...
I mean, we have the historical
oh, how
example. The assassins who
masses
killed the
will
Emperor
fear
got their
and
entire
respect
organization
you.
almost wiped out the last time. Why would we do this? Are we really that stupid?
Oh, Rexus is no mere servant. He has been with the Motier family since
Okay,
I was
sir.
a child. I trust the man with my life. In the year 3E41, Emperor Pelagius Septim was murdered in the Temple of the One in the Imperial City, cut down by a Dark Brotherhood assassin. His killing ushered in, shall we say, a necessary change in Imperial
I need to
policy.
look up what change that would be.
There are those
It's not
now who
immediately
wish
clear
for
to
a
me.
similar change. I am sorry, but that's all I'm at liberty to say. I performed the Black Sacrament, contacted you people, because I thought you guaranteed discretion. Is this no longer
I mean, you're not really
so?
being discreet at all.
You must deliver those items to your superior, and I must get out of this foul place.
Well, Hjalti knows his face and won't forget it. He showed his own, of course, but he's not too concerned about that for a variety of reasons here.
It's not wearing Mordecai?
Right. Because Mordecai is, if anything, his real identity these days. That's what he spends most of his time in. His actual face is almost a disguise.
Good point. The man becomes the mask.
But there's more to it than that, too. He has various other reasons not to be afraid of this fellow. For one thing, he seems to be an idiot. So that's potentially dangerous in some ways, but probably pretty useful. It's not as though he can really blab when he's, behind the assassination of the Emperor. I mean, Hjalti could just go to anybody at this point and get this fellow executed or thrown in jail forever. So, mind, it doesn't make him safe. He could, send an anonymous message to the guards about Hjalti or something like that. It's a dangerous situation, but it's one he thinks he's handling the best possible way this way, but not make the guy investigate him any further like he would if he came in wearing a mask. And he'll probably just need to kill him later on anyway, if he doesn't get killed himself by the Emperor, which is, the most likely outcome. Hjalti is not even taking unnecessary care at this contract. It's so clearly stupid and insane, and would probably be a bad thing, not just for the Emperor, but, for the entire Empire. He needs to think about that, though, because he cares a lot about defeating the elves. Another silly thing. How much time do we have on that? Oh, here's a wolf.
Got 8 minutes.
Okay. Where did the wolf go? I'm going to leave that to the end. I need to get from here to Windhelm in 8 minutes.
Better start running.
Wolves. Mammoths. So like a frost troll? I think it's a frost troll. I'm just gonna run on by that thing. I'm still not sure I have the DPS to do that. I probably do with a fire upgrade, but it's not worth the trouble.
It skips there, back against the thing.
Yeah, it should fall to the ground anyway. And plus, trolls will do their dumb growl and roar thing, which real animals seldom do unless they don't actually want to fight. Like, that's just like a threat display that means you don't really want to fight. You want to make the enemy go away by scaring them. Not something that predators do a lot of when they're dealing with prey. But whatever.
You there?
Oh, it's a bunch of vampires. You're clearly vampires. Like, I'm a vampire. Whatever. Does this mask intimidate you? You still gonna go through it? No. Okay, we'll do things the dumb way. Oh, you guys are really good match. Like, not even a little. You can tell they suck when their basic blood drain spell gets them back a significant portion of their life. That means they have like no HP. That's it is kind of an amusing random encounter, but it's very silly when you are a vampire yourself. This should have made you have a different option of reacting there and like interact with them, maybe threaten them, maybe have that bring out a fight, something like that. All kinds of ways you could handle that would be better than them just attacking you when you're a vampire.
I mean, maybe you're encroaching on their territory, or...
Maybe, but there's no other indication the vampire is feeling that way about territory in any of these games that I can think of.
I don't know. If you ever walk into a cave full of vampires, they attack.
It's more like a home invasion scenario.
Fair enough, fair enough. Maybe these are the branches of the trees on my roof. Wow, I just make it that quote. What is that? The trees are my roof, the forest my bed.
I've never heard that quote before, but no.
It
Sounds interesting.
It's probably because
I can finally instant kill wolves.
Right. Nice.
Change direction. It still takes the burn damage to finish him off, but it is still a one-shot kill. Oh, an ice wraith. Wow, I'm really just encountering monster after monster and trying to get from place to place. Well, that's Skyrim, though. These things will be a little bit easier to beat. Wow, that's a lot of increase in my damage. That's nice. That's just like power through this thing. Nice. Okay. Continuing right along. I've traveled this road several times from the other direction. Oh! Where the heck is this? I don't remember that name at all. Yeah, maybe I should, like, calm things down. I don't have vampire seduction. I guess I used it already and it's back yet. But that's okay. Let's do, like, a calm effect here.
Don't do that.
Okay, I won't. Who are you? Not have anything to say.
Forgive me, but I am on urgent business for the Dawn Guard.
Oh, okay.
Stand aside.
The Dawn Guard who found you randomly?
I guess. I just don't remember that at all.
I guess she's a bandit, according to Elder Scrolls Wiki.
Huh. That might be her class. Bandit is a class. Unless she's like secretly a bandit who just dresses up as a Dawn Guard. Oh, I've heard of these. I've never seen one before. Dawn Guard caches. I'll look into that later on. Some of their heavy helmets. That's cool. Yeah, I think the Dawn Guard have like buried treasure caches around different places, and there's encounters that let you actually learn about those. I've never seen one before.
Was that her horse?
Maybe. This came from the other direction. I don't think so. I think it's like a random horse to steal. Neat. I will look into that cache thing because I've never actually had a chance to do one of those. But for Hjalti at this moment is less pressing. Almost there. I think from this little town here, it's basically a straight shot. I'll just fast travel it in the interest of time. Guess I don't think there's anything left that could be a danger on the road there.
Well, I unsuccessfully tried to find that quote that I vaguely remembered about the forest being your bed or something like that, so if anybody knows what I'm talking about.
I can think of several similar quotes, but I'm not really sure like which, if any of those, it is. Okay, so off we go to Windhelm. And before I leave Windhelm, I want to remember to talk to Quintus Navari or whatever, but for now I'll just go to the Jarl and deal with him and his nonsense.
Alright.
Wow, it's a lot of guards piled up out here.
Hey, you're the one who killed Elaine Buffon up in Ralbetan. Oh yeah, word about that got around. Man was a piece of...
Don't know how it got around, because there were no survivors. Probably that idiot who hired me. They're still having the generic conversation. I'm just going to barge in there. Fireball's blazing if I need to. You!
Only the foolish or
Shut up.
do I know you.
The Empire's putting a great deal of...
I'm just
It's
going to skip
about
all the
time they
nonsense.
turned their gaze from the heavens back to our bleeding
You're missing the
homeland.
point.
What do
You're
they
completely
want?
missing the point. The sky is where we ought to be looking right now, idiot.
I have the greatest respect for the Greybeards, of course, and the dragon attacks are a growing plague. But the political situation is still delicate. Not all the Jarls are fully committed to
Like,
supporting me
one
as
Jarl
High
is
King.
fully committed to supporting
I
him.
can't afford to appear weak. I can't agree to this unless Tullius himself will be there. Alduin, the world eater of song and legend. If that's true, well, it changes the situation, doesn't it? Even Tullius may be forced to talk sense in the face of such a threat. Yes, I'll give Tullius one more chance.
Oh, this is gonna go well.
And what would you have me?
He goes back to his stupid conversation. Alright, we're done with this idiot.
With us. He's against us.
So, out we go. Hit up Quintus Navari next time, but for now, have a great day, everyone.
Have a great day.